There we go. We'll start with the child's pose. Make sure your knees are wide open and you move all the way down. Hips are out. You fall into that child's pose and you stay there. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Obviously all the way through this we'll be using the core breath. And just nice and steady. We'll start to walk with our arms to the right hand side first. Keep your body in place. And again, lean as far down as you can. And now start to feel that stretch in your obliques. Nice, gentle, deep breaths. And slowly start walking to the other side with your arms. Stay in this position, stay nice and close to the floor. And all the way down. Stay there for a little while and then we'll start walking back again into the child's pose position. And then we'll move up. In a little while, a couple of deep breaths. Relax, move back, up into that tabletop position that everybody knows, that short plank. With your hips above your knees, keep your core tight. And we'll do some cat camel. So for the camel, push your back up and then slowly down into the cat position. You back down and bring your head up. So inhale. Exhale as you move up. Inhale on the way down. So exhale here and inhale on the way down. After a couple of deep breaths, put your feet down and we'll move into the downward facing dog position. Everybody knows. It's okay if you can't completely straighten your legs here, if your hamstrings are a bit tight. But just start moving from one foot to the other. Nice steady pace. And then we'll kick our leg up in a little bit. It's nice and steady and we'll kick our right leg up. Straight position. Now if this feels comfortable or actually rather easy, you can fold your foot over to the other side. If not, then just keep that position and now bring your foot down between your legs and place your knee on the floor, the back knee on the floor, arms up in the air, lean through. Really try to open up your anterior core. Hands back down, straighten your front leg as much as you can. Bring your chest down to your legs if you can. Place your forearms completely on the floor. Well, again, this is just if you're flexible enough to do it. If you can't, that's okay. Just place your hands on the floor. Now we're going to combine the poses. And move up. And back down. And move up. And back down, straighten that leg. Inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. Push your entire body forward. There we go, push your hips through, exhale on the way, inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. Now back to the child's pose. Drop your chest to the floor and hold that position for a little bit. So again, we're moving this time back to the tabletop position, and this time keep your hips up in the air, bring your hands down and stretch out like this. Feel this in your lats. Keep taking nice deep breaths, and then we're walking back into tabletop in 2, 1. There we go, back into the tabletop position, into downward facing dog, and this time we'll kick the other leg up. So kick your left leg up. Again, if you're strong enough to fold that over to the other side, then that's possible. That's great. Open your hips up. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine to keep them tight. Bring your leg down in between your hands. Inhale on the way up. Really drive that through. Open your hips up. And hold that position for a little bit. Now balance can be quite tricky, and we'll bring it back down and straighten that front leg. Bring your rear to your back foot. Now try to really keep that straight, keep your toes pointed up, and lean all the way forward as much as you can. Ease into that position, very nice. Hold that for a few counts, and then we'll bring it back up and we'll start to combine those two poses again. Inhale on the way up, exhale as you move down. Inhale on the way up, exhale as you move down. Nice steady pace, and just follow along. Just keep your breathing right. Right, this will be the last one, and we're moving back into child's pose, and that extend the child's pose. Tabletop, hips up, and stretch that out. Position for a little bit. Now we'll go back into tabletop. 2, 1. There we go. And move into downward facing dog. This will be a different sequence, but still kick your leg up. This time when you place it down, I'd like you to place your knee behind your right arm. Ideally, I'd like you to keep your hips completely straight. Don't fold over too much of a straight line between your foot, your hips, and everything should feel symmetrical, everything should feel a bit right. And lean forward if you can. We're just going to show you what to do here. If you can't quite reach all the way down, so your Solana's grabbing a little block, which you can place under your back leg and make this stretch a bit more comfortable. Stay in this position for a while. So really stretch your hip flexors out. Obviously Svetlana doesn't need the blocks, so you're just going to remove it now. And we'll bring the back foot forward. And you can't really tell this, but her foot is pressed to the inside of her thigh. And inhale and try to reach as far as you can. Now it's perfectly fine if you can't reach your feet here, or you can't place your elbows on the floor. Just reach as deep as you can, just make your choice. And just keep leaning forward, all the way into it. And then we're going to bring our right shoulder down to the leg. So we're going to use our weight and have that work to our advantage here. Bring it all the way down. It's a great pose for any joint pain, anything that you might have in the back. So bring it. So keep it down. Move up slightly as you inhale. Bring the weight down as you exhale. So we'll move into that vinyasa position most of you know, into tabletop and into downward facing dog. And again, we'll do it on the other side. Bring your hips parallel. Very nice. Good. Just stretch that out. Remember, you can, of course, use the block for your straight leg. Hold that position, feel the stretch, and then move the back leg back up as you walk slowly back. Move that leg up. Foot goes to the inside of the thigh. And if you find that your knee can't reach all the way to the ground, or there's a bit of joint pain in the knee, just place a block underneath that knee and make that feel a bit more comfortable. Obviously Svetlana doesn't need the block, so you just bring that down and stretch all the way down. Now you might be more flexible on one side than the other, so again just choose your position. Bring your elbow down, or reach for your toes, whatever you're most comfortable with. Just make your choice and then lean that body forward, so this time you're twisting the left side of your body down towards that leg. And we'll come back up into that position and lie on your back, nice and steady. We're now going to bring our right knee up. Bring the other leg up to help you get a bit more traction. There you go, hook it in. Depending on how flexible you are, you can either grab your hamstring or just below the opposite knee and bring it all down. Just lie there for a little bit and feel that stretch in your glutes. Keep your shoulder blades on the floor, try to relax as much as possible. Hold that position for a little while. Make sure you get a good stretch. Bring it down and then have your knee cross your body. Keep your right arm straight and keep facing that way. You just want to ensure that your shoulder blades stay on the floor and give you a better stretch. Bring everything together, rock up and down a couple of times to keep everything nice and loose. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, pull your knee to your chest, keep your hips and your shoulder blades on the floor. Cross with your right leg, feel the stretch, and just grab your hamstrings or just below your knee and pull that towards you. Keep your shoulder blades on the floor. And relax, and again bring it across your body. So the left knee is now pointing to the right. Keep your arms straight out and keep facing to your left hand side. And keep your shoulder blades on the floor. And bring everything together. Rotate your hips a couple of times to keep it all nice and loose. And we'll bring your feet down. Open your hips and your knees up as much as you can. Bring your arms overhead and hold it like this for a few deep breaths. Now you can hold this for 5 or 7 minutes, but we'll just hold it for a little while. And that's you done. There we go.